going on, guys? It's your boy BurnSpear23, and today I'm going to be going over the top 5 things I want to see in the Destiny reveal coming up here on May 18th. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So starting off the list at number 5, I would like to see flyable ships during the Destiny reveal. So as you all know, the ships in Destiny 1, they were a little bit underwhelming. I mean, you get one from a raid or buy one in the tower, and after that, it wouldn't really have a purpose other than just being something to look at during the loading screen. So what I would like to see in Destiny 2 are flyable ships that you can actually fly around, whether it be on patrol, going from planet to planet, or potentially even space combat, which would be absolutely insane. Honestly, the sky's the limit, no pun intended, when it comes to flyable ships in Destiny 2. So at number 4, I have more classes and or subclasses. So this is when you start getting into the more divisive parts of the Destiny community when it comes to players not wanting things to change from the original Destiny and players wanting a lot of things to change from the original Destiny. Personally, I'm going to be extremely interested in seeing whether or not we get an entirely new class besides the standard Wizard, Hunter, and Titan. And if not, whether or not we're going to get a new subclass, as well as how they're going to be reworking these classes. If they're going to change the balancing on certain things, if they're going to change the mechanics for jumping, if they're going to rework grenades. Honestly, it's going to be extremely exciting to see on May 18th how they're going to change these core elements of the game and whether or not they're going to affect the player base. So coming in at number 3, I would like to see more worlds. So what this would include would be different and new locations that we haven't explored yet in the solar system that were not in the original Destiny, as well as venturing beyond the solar system and perhaps even seeing planets inhabited by some of the enemies of the game, such as the Cabal and so on. However, I would also enjoy being able to go to different regions on Earth that we just haven't been able to patrol yet, because let's face it, there has to be more than just the Cosmodrome that's patrollable on Earth given the size of the planet. But ultimately what it comes down to is increased variety when it comes to areas you can patrol in and execute missions in, when it comes to mission variety as well as where you accept quests and the quest material in general.
Sharpshooter.
So at number 2, going off what we just talked about in number 3, is an improved questing system. So all you guys know how the questing worked in Destiny 1. It involved you receiving the quest, going to a certain region in patrol that you've probably already been to, killing enemies, and then leaving the area, and then waiting for the enemies to respawn, and then going and killing them again. And you know, it's the thing that all MMOs suffer from, it's the grind. And we all love the grind because it gives us loot. But imagine if you didn't have to grind to get loot, or at least it didn't feel like a grind. Imagine what the developers at Bungie could do to make the grind feel less grindy. For instance, making the objectives more fun, so that once you complete them, you actually get a certain level of gratification, of joy. It's fun completing the objectives. It makes you feel like you're actually doing something to progress your character instead of just going to a region, killing enemies, and waiting for them to respawn again. I honestly think it'd make the player base more excited to play the game. It'd make it less monotonous. It'd increase the number of players that play the game, since you'd actually be able to do fun things and get rewarded by getting loot for your character.
Titan is ready. Stand by for Titanfall. Titan down.
So finally, coming in at number 1, my most anticipated thing in Destiny 2 are factions. Now, there were factions in Destiny 1, it's just there wasn't really enough depth there for me and a lot of the other community to get involved. So what I'd like to see in Destiny 2 is an improved faction system. I'd like to be able to go on faction-specific quests after joining a faction and receive faction-specific loot, such as ships from Dead Orbit or badass weapons from the Future War Cult and so on. But hey, that's just my top 5 most anticipated things for the Destiny 2 reveal. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, as well as don't forget to comment down below what you're most excited for Destiny 2, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.